So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be doing a compilation video. I really like these topics tonight. First up, Burna Boy and Chloe Bailey are back in the news because they have been showing a lot more PDA. Once again, if you remember, it kind of shocked the internet to see Chloe Bailey linking up with Burna Boy, not even because of an age gap or them being two different types of artists, but Chloe is branded as this good girl R&B child actor trope, while Burna Boy is the African giant. He's a bad boy, he's a playboy, and although he is very talented with his music, I love Burna Boy's music down, he's just been caught up in controversy when it comes to his love life many times. So people have cautioned Chloe to just tread lightly, don't get too excited, but it's interesting that we saw them back in the media when Burna Boy recently announced that he's gearing up to release some type of project if he hasn't already. So I do have to ask, is this love or is this a carefully crafted PR stunt? Next up, Detroit rapper Dank Demoss is back in the news again because she appeared on The Breakfast Club where she basically had to have them give her a piece of a sectional couch because she was way too big for the regular chairs that they have in the studio. As y'all remember, Dank Demoss is the rapper who is suing the rideshare app Lyft because a driver denied her entry into his vehicle, and she feels like this was discriminatory against her size. She is over 500 pounds and she's now kind of on a tour spreading her story about weight discrimination and playing off the incident that happened to her that went viral. Lastly, entrepreneur and social media influencer Jayda Cheaves is being dragged because she put out some lash kits that cost $70. Now, a lash kit is essentially where you have a cluster of lashes that you can adhere onto your own lashes. And it's kind of like an at-home kit that you can do lashes yourself versus going to a lash technician and getting a full set or wearing strip lashes. Clusters seem to be a little bit more natural, a little bit more friendly. I've never gotten them, so y'all can tell me if they're worth it. But people are saying that for $70, the quality isn't really all that, and it defeats the purpose when you can pay that same amount and go get a set from a lash tech. And furthermore, usually a lash kit costs maybe $10, maybe $20 at most on like TikTok Shop or any other platform that you can buy a lash kit. So it brings up the question, are consumers paying for quality or just the name? And we're gonna get into that. So y'all already know what to do. You can label your stories story number 1, 2, or 3. You can comment on one or all. I try to read all the comments. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So our first story is Chloe Bailey and Burna Boy. Is it love or a carefully crafted PR play? The relationship or situationship between Chloe Bailey and Burna Boy has been making rounds on social media, but something about it feels off. I talked about this months ago when they were first spotted together, and I immediately wrote it off as PR because I feel like celebrities randomly popping up together and when their brands don't mesh or make sense to me, in my opinion, there has to be another factor tying them together. Now, this is just my guess. They could very much be a real thing, but let me know what y'all think. Is this love or a lie? Let me know your thoughts. Their public displays of affection are conveniently recorded and shared and come across as overly staged rather than organic moments between two people genuinely in love. From the initial spark in a Lagos nightclub to the steady stream of intimate clips, it's almost as if we're watching a well-edited vlog rather than glimpses of a real romance. In my opinion, Chloe has been working overtime to establish herself as a bold, fun, and independent artist separate from her sister Halle, and seems to be leaning into a new, edgier narrative, attaching herself to Burna Boy, who has a reputation as an AfroBeats powerhouse, but also a notorious playboy, raises eyebrows. Given his history with UK rapper Stefflon Don and the rumors of infidelity that plagued their relationship, one has to wonder if Chloe is genuinely smitten or if this is part of a bigger image reinvention for both of them. Neither of the two has outright confirmed their relationship, yet they continue to dominate headlines with calculated intimacy, in my opinion. Whether it's kissing in a dimly lit venue or vibing together in an aesthetically pleasing setting, every moment that reaches the public seems to just be polished enough to make us question the authenticity. Are they letting us in, or are they letting us see what they want us to see? Some fans speculate that Chloe, known for her very controlled and very well curated image, is simply just letting loose and enjoying herself, but others worry that she might be setting herself up for heartbreak given Burna Boy's track record. But one thing's for sure, whether this ends in romance or a fire collaboration, their names are staying in the conversation, and that's always a win in the entertainment world if we're being real. So the most recent thing I've seen is Chloe sitting on a couch and then Burna Boy kissing her and dancing. Then I see them at a pool and a fire pit being all touchy-feely, and it's like, okay, now I get it, y'all are the dreadlock lovebirds at the moment. But why does this seem so obviously intentional? I saw a few comments that made me laugh. One person said, who the hell is recording them? Which is my question, because there is nobody in my life that follows me around and could get this footage out of me. The next comment says, I just know he be turning Chloe every way but loose, which is silly and funny, but for real, some of us us can see that this is definitely a sexual relationship in some way. Burna Boy gives us that he'll use his African giant to do it to Chloe. No pun intended. And then the last comment says, I've been this dumb too, Chloe. Enjoy it, with a laughing face. And I don't want to just call her dumb, even though I think it is kind of dumb to publicly attach yourself to a playboy. I can see her just enjoying her time with him. But again, why is it that we keep seeing it more than ever? Another comment said, so they always have someone filming their intimate moments? And then someone else said, their publicist needs to take a break. Literally this, because they are overworking the visuals like a sore muscle on glute day. And then one of the comments that stuck out to me was, this is the best point in the relationship, when everything he does is so cool and he's so funny, you're willing to look crazy because you think he's the one. Then he does something effed up and you spend the rest of the relationship trying to find this high again. And that's what I fear here. Both of the Bailey sisters have always come off as inexperienced to me. They both seem to have worked so much in their childhood as singers and dancers and actors that they were never really in relationships within the industry. So some of the dating choices that they've made are very reminiscent of girls who are just now stepping onto the scene. They're just like any other 20-something-year-old girl who wants the bad boy because they either never got picked or they never made themselves the option to be with these guys. Both ladies are beautiful and look good and have money and relevance and they're talented. So trust me, I get it. I was them before I got into a relationship. However, that heartbreak set me straighter than a piece of uncooked spaghetti. So yeah, Chloe, have your fun, but just be careful. Some men don't change just because you're different than the last girl. It might just be your turn. And every time I see clips of them, it's almost as if she's just sitting there while he does his thing. And I get the mesmeration of watching your man work. I be in my man's office just sitting next to him while he does his thing. But I don't know, something about the optics of this is confusing me. In the end, whether Chloe Bailey and Burna Boy's relationship is genuine or a PR move remains unclear. Their constant presence in the media, full of intimate moments that feel more scripted than spontaneous, continues to fuel the speculation. Regardless of the truth behind their connection, it has sparked curiosity and it's keeping fans talking. So as the story unfolds, many will watch with anticipation, hoping that Chloe doesn't lose sight of her own identity in the process. Whether it's love, business, or something in between, time will tell what comes next for this high-profile duo, and we shall see. Our next story is Dank Demoss, whether she's clout chasing or fighting for visibility. So Dank Demoss, the plus size rapper from Detroit, has found herself in the spotlight once again, but this time it's for a controversial reason that left many questioning her intentions. During a recent appearance on The Breakfast Club, Demoss made headlines where she shared that she couldn't fit in the standard chairs set up for her, prompting the production team to offer her a spot on a sectional couch instead. Let's check out the clip.
Yep. It's the only seat y'all got?
Like we had
That's what I'm talking about. Good, this is the accommodation.
There you go.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is getting out of hand, and at first I thought she was clout chasing, but now I really do think she's clout chasing, but also looking for people to coddle her. And I feel this way because there is no way that someone who is 500 pounds can make this many excuses as to why the world should accommodate to her size. Now, let me be crystal clear before some of y'all get soft and unsubscribe. Dank Demoss is not just fat, or just overweight, or just out of shape. I know there were some comments the last time I talked about her, and some of you were saying things like the world is fat phobic and how the world believes fat people don't deserve this, that, and the third. Now, I've never had an issue with my size, so as much as I've never lived that reality, I still do empathize with the fact that people are a lot more rude or petty or distasteful to bigger people. Now, the other side to this are the bigger people who choose to be big. There are things in life that are unchangeable, such as your height or race or culture, that you can't help but experience. But the real reason that I feel like people are a lot less caring when it comes to bigger people is because it is something that people can actually change. Now, I know what people are going to say. Some people are genetically big. Some people are on medication. Some people have illnesses, etc. But for the ones who are not and don't, what is the excuse? Your health and some of the choices that we make about it is oftentimes a matter of discipline, awareness, and choice, right? And I think that's where people get irritated with the fat phobia narrative. Of course, there are outliers where people are big because of factors that are out of their control, but I don't think that applies to most people. And I hate that we coddle this narrative that everyone who is big because they're sick or on meds or naturally big bones. Everyone has choices, and Americans in particular are very gluttonous and very overweight, let's be real. My brother's girlfriend lives in the UK, and she brings me candies and snacks from the UK when she travels to the US. And there's a very distinct difference in the recipes in other countries versus America. We use more sugar, more fat, more artificial foods, etc. Not to mention the portion sizes are completely different, even state by state in the US. They weren't lying when they said everything is bigger in Texas. So yeah, some people are big because of health reasons, but a lot of people are not. And we need to stop coddling obesity. And back to my point, Dank Demoss is so far from being just just plus size or just bigger or just fat. She is over 500 pounds. That's not just a big bone person. That means somewhere along the lines, her relationship with food or her health just wasn't prioritized. She herself says that she does not see herself as this big person or as big as she is. She said her brain does not see her body how it is. And I'm sorry, but if other people are seeing it and making their comments about it, she herself knows that she's overly big, and she herself knows that since the average person is not her size, the world is definitely going to be reluctant to conform for her at her convenience. She couldn't even fit into a regular office chair that they have for their guests.
My body right now, is like my mind don't know that I'm this big. My mind does not know that I'm this big. So I be feeling like I can do everything. So when I walk in the gym, I feel like I'm fit. Or like if I'm trying to do certain shit, I feel like I could do it. And then I be like, damn, I can't do this shit. But in my head, I'm like, damn, I can do that. So I'm gonna walk over there. Shit, I be going in the gym in front of all those people, 500 pounds in shorts, no shirt. Well, I have on a sports bra, but...
Now, if y'all remember in the viral video, Dank Demoss recorded an encounter where a Lyft driver allegedly refused to give her a ride, citing he had bad tires and basically her inability to fit in his car. She vehemently defended herself, saying that she could very much fit into the car, but that did not move the driver's point of view, so she got rejected. As expected, the video quickly spread across social media, fueling discussions about body image, discrimination, and accessibility. But there's something about Demoss's approach that doesn't sit right with some observers. Is she truly advocating for a more inclusive and empathetic world for plus-size people, or is this just another calculated attempt to stroke outrage and fuel her personal brand? And with her Breakfast Club interview, she literally had to get a piece of a sectional to sit on, further proving that it was highly likely that she could not fit in that Lyft driver's car. So I don't know about her. I think this is a skewed attempt at clout and coddling. Someone commented on my last video and said, no car can't support a 500-pound person because that makes no sense. An average car can support up to 850 pounds and higher. Couldn't find anything on the internet about an obese person not being able to ride in a car because of the wheels. With that logic, 5 people couldn't fit in a car with 1 row in the back because that would be over 500 pounds. So I responded back and said, you cannot centralize 500 pounds to one area in a car. 3 people in a car will distribute the weight more evenly, and that's the biggest difference. Her weight sitting in one distinct spot can definitely cause damage to a small car. To me, there's too much denial here. She knows her size. She knows good and well she's way too big. So while the struggles of people in larger bodies, especially when it comes to transportation and accessibility, are very much real, there's a sense that Dank may be clout chasing by leaning into these moments for attention. The symbiotic relationship between viral moments and social media fame isn't lost on anyone. Like, we get it, we see it. And it raises the question, is she genuinely fighting for change, or is she playing the sympathy card in hopes of capitalizing on her viral fame? Whether Dank Demoss is seeking justice or just a spot in the spotlight, only time will tell if her clout chasing antics lead to a lasting impact or simply fade into the viral void. We shall see again. Now, my last story is about Jayda Cheaves and asking, are you consumers paying for quality or just the name? Jayda Cheaves decided to charge $70 for her lash kit, and it has stirred up a considerable debate, especially in the context of today's economy where consumers are increasingly mindful of spending. The backlash highlights several key issues, including the value of celebrity endorsed products, price transparency, and the often complex dynamics of Black consumers' support for Black owned businesses. The primary critique seems to be that the consumers are not necessarily paying for a superior product, but just the name behind it. As one reviewer noted, no shade, but I see bigger celebrities that have different cosmetic lines and so forth. They are nowhere near this expensive. So basically, you're paying for the name. You could just get a nice cluster set on TikTok Shop for little to nothing, and it's good quality. I'm just saying, but if you got it, by all means buy it. And a lot of people were basically going in on Jayda, saying that this price for this product is too much. Let's check out what some other people had to say.
Jayda, this is for you. If you are not her, you can keep scrolling. You are absolutely beautiful, and I genuinely do love what you put out. However, trying to charge $70 in this economy for a lash cluster kit that you can buy typically anywhere between $6 to, I'll say $20 the most, is diabolical. It's truly diabolical. I've seen that lash cluster set so many times, but for $70, just say that you need money. There's just no way. There's just no way you sat down and said, oh yeah, this is gonna eat for $70 for them little dainty mascara look. At that point, you might as well just go get your lashes done. You're defeating the purpose, babes. Lower the price, period. Love you, though.
Jayda selling lash clusters for $70? wispy lash clusters for $70 plus tax plus shipping. And then like when she got it on the model, they look like classics. Classic Jayda. What? If that's not a ripoff, I don't know what is. $70 for lash clusters when you can go on Amazon and go get some for 10 and go get some that's fuller. I don't know. Like when she did the lip combo thing, I was like,
So this sentiment definitely highlights a growing awareness among consumers. And I'm actually happy about this because many influencers source their products from the same vendors that are accessible to the general public, but they often mark up their prices without significant improvements in their quality. So charging $70 for a lash kit that people can get for $10 or $15 on TikTok Shop, come on now. Y'all are paying for the name. Now, let me say this. I do think that paying for the name is definitely a part of the products that we buy from influencers and content creators, but I think it comes down to whether it's reasonable. I remember I was doing my meet and greet back in like September last year, and I was charging $40 for tickets. This included food, drink, goodie bag, and just obviously renting the space, and for real, a profit for myself. So I was not going home with $40 off of each person. Probably maybe less than half of that. And people try to tell me that that was too much, and I thought I was Chris Brown or somebody for charging people $40 to come meet me. But it wasn't just a meet and greet. It was like an event where you can come, sit down, eat, also ask questions and connect and collaborate. You also got in free to the after party with that $40 ticket. So once I caught that backlash, I realized, okay, I'm probably not gonna do another meet and greet ever, probably for many reasons, but because I even had to cancel it for other reasons, it was just crazy to see that some of my viewers or supporters are not willing to spend that type of money on me. And I had to think about that, and I had to reevaluate my fan base as well as my importance to my fan base and the things that they prioritize. So what that told me was, Chioma, people like you online where they can watch you for free, but they're not willing to spend that money because there's either something about me or the economy. And in this economy, I think paying $70 for a lash cluster kit that is technically a do-it-yourself product, you could literally go get your lashes done for that same amount of price. So it does defeat the purpose. And when I was looking back at my event, I was like, okay, I kind of get it, kind of don't, but I do see where people are coming from. Another dimension of this debate is the comparison to brands like Kim Kardashian's Skims, which has also faced price criticism but continues to be widely supported, including by Black consumers. Some argue that Black consumers may hesitate to support Black-owned brands due to high prices or perceived inconsistencies in quality, while non-Black brands offering similar points often face less scrutiny. This dichotomy raises questions about internalized biases and the different standards to which Black businesses are held to, which I do agree. People will definitely shade Jayda before they shade Kim, and they both kind of do the same thing. Furthermore, the comparisons between Jayda's promotional imagery and those used by Ari Fletcher's Remedy Beauty suggest that consumers are also sensitive to perceived originality and authenticity, which I think we should be. In an era where branding and imagery are very crucial, any sign of people mimicking can definitely fuel people's skepticism. I wasn't feeling her response to all of this. Well, I'm kind of 50-50, but let's check out what she had to say.
Y'all keep saying why the lip kit is $70, but the lip kit is $70 because it comes with 3 items. 3 items are considered $20, $20, and $20. Y'all don't gotta buy it. Oh God, you don't. Oh, that shit selling. That shit selling, twin. It's good shit. Once you get it, you're gonna buy more. But if you don't want to buy it, go stick to y'all NYX and y'all other stuff. I don't care. I ain't forcing y'all to buy it, but when you do get your hands on it, you're gonna like it. You're gonna love it. You're getting 3 products, 3 good quality products for the cost of one thing. So of course I couldn't make 3 products $20. You ain't gotta buy it though, respectfully. Hey.
So yeah, I agree that nobody has to buy it, but you never tell your consumers this in the way that she did. And I had to learn this too. If you feel like you're worth $70, stop getting on here and being snobby and jokey to consumers who may actually be interested. And she does this every single time she gets backlash for her brands. I remember when she dropped her Wait a Minute loungewear and they were not tall girl friendly, and people were calling her out on that. I think she just needs to sell things exclusively for high-end clientele and realize that her main fan base are regular smuggler people who are not willing to frivolously spend on something they can get elsewhere elsewhere for the same quality and less price. There was also something else that Jayda said, and she said, y'all do know the more y'all talk about somebody, it only makes them trend more in the algorithm, which then means somebody is going to take interest in that person you're talking ish about, which then turns into a new supporter / sell. She meant sale. So you voicing your opinion is only making them more money, especially a person with a link in their bio. Then she captioned it and said, haven't heard the words lip kit, lash kit, clusters trend more on these platforms since at Jayda Cheaves Beauty launched. Pat self on back, and that's on Marketing 101. Mwah. Girl, I think she thinks she ace with this, but it's really a no. Like, it's definitely a because no. Like, she always rants about stuff and then gets online and says like, oh, well, the internet said this, the internet said that. And I think that's why people stop disliking her, because she's so full of it when it comes to the internet. I saw a comment and it said, LOL, she is so daft. This isn't good for her product. All this is showing is that the integrity of her company and the type of products she will be producing, which is low quality and high ticket price. If she truly wants to be as successful as other makeup brands, the first thing she needs to do is listen to consumers and take their thoughts into consideration. That's what established brands do. Who the F is on her management and marketing team? Anyway, I saw a commentary about this, and the lady who was covering this topic talks about how Jayda needs to come with something undeniably different for her audience to really want to spend more. And she broke it down really well, discussing other brands. Let's check this out.
See, here's how you got to promote something like that. You got to come so different than everybody else. With Keisha Kayor, when she came out with Kayor Beauty, and she was in comparison to MAC, hers were butter smooth. See, MAC, sometimes they give you that color you want, that velvet teddy, and you would have to use that lip gloss, but sometimes they would dry you out. It would be something a little bit just dry about your MAC lip gloss. You'd have to put like an oil base under it, like you'd have to do a thing. With them Kayor colors, them purple kisses and all that stuff, they came on smooth, heavy pigment smooth. You gotta do that. You gotta be in the lab so deep that it's better than all the rest. When you've got Fenty Beauty, Fenty came out with the chocolate girl colors. Very, very, very smooth and clean for the deepest, chocolatiest skin tones. That was unheard of. No ash, no nothing. Perfect. You have to come with that little bit of something different to charge that price, okay? Or you got to be so stamped that you raise your price later, like Telfar. Telfar came out and all them bags was $150. And even they were like 60 something when they first came out. Now you might have a $600 puffy Telfeezy. That's understandable. They've worked to kind of show like this is taken, we went up in price with you. With Jayda Cheaves, all we ever heard about her beauty-wise was her hair. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I didn't hear that good about her hair company. I heard negative stuff. They said that my girl kind of used to be scamming her customers, allegedly. I guess her marketing manager or whoever was like her main salesperson allegedly came out and they were saying that she would take the money from the orders and instead of re up on orders, she was getting fresh with it. She was buying bags. She was being an it girl, which is still a part of the job and expensive to do. But I think they said that she was doing it maybe a little too much.
So ultimately, this conversation reveals a broader issue. Consumers are being more discerning about influencer and celebrity-led brands, demanding not just a recognizable name, but also transparency, quality, and value for their hard-earned money. For influencers and entrepreneurs like Jayda Cheaves, this may be a crucial turning point in determining how to actually build trust and longevity in their brands. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. If y'all haven't already, definitely just like this video. Comment down below. I want to hear from you guys. And last but not least, as always, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
Buy me everything under the sun. Y'all say